Hey, it's Tom
and Mike
from Take Time to Travel. Since Mike is a dual Canadian and Swedish citizen, we decided to go to Sweden for a family visit and spent a couple of nights in Stockholm. Today we're going to show you around the beautiful city of Stockholm, as well as a few of its delicious restaurants, so that you can understand why we love this city so much.
We stayed at the Collector's Victory Hotel in a spacious and tastefully designed apartment that was centrally located in the historic Gamla Stan neighborhood, which dates back to the 13th century. The medieval-looking alleyways and cobbled streets are lined with many charming and colorful old buildings, as well as an assortment of inviting shops, boutiques, restaurants, and some appealing little cafes.
After we wandered around this attractive Old Town neighborhood for a while, it was time for lunch at the highly rated Swedish restaurant called Restaurant Tradition that's located in this unassuming building here. Inside was packed with locals and had a homey kind of feel to it, but it was full, so we followed the hostess to the restaurant's back patio where we were served some complimentary salad and a bread basket.
We had a couple of Mellerud Utmarka Pilsner beers to drink, followed by the classic Swedish meatballs with cream sauce, potato puree, lingonberries, and pickled cucumber, and the daily special, which was fried pork with onion sauce, potatoes, and lingonberries. Both were very flavorful, but the Swedish meatballs were our favorite. They tasted amazing. After that tasty meal, we explored Gamla Stan a little bit more and headed over to the oldest square in Stockholm called Stockholm, which has the former Stockholm Stock Exchange building, as well as some other very colorful photogenic buildings, which are perfect for an Instagram photo.
This incredibly picturesque little square is definitely a must-visit during your trip and would be a fantastic place to grab a drink on one of these patios. But let's keep going. There's lots more to see in Scandinavia's largest city. We walked past the Parliament House, or Riksdagshuset, located on Helgeandsholmen Island, and leisurely made our way across the cobblestone bridge to Drottninggatan, or Queen Street, which is a major pedestrian walkway lined with beautiful buildings, shops, boutiques, and eateries.
Nearby is the Kunstgården that has delightful flowers as well as water fountains and some patios. When I was previously there in 2019, it also had some stunning cherry blossoms in full bloom. Just a couple minutes walk away is Norrmalmstorg Plaza, where there's the entrance to Biblioteksgatan, or Library Street, which is a great place to stroll along for luxury shopping. It leads over to a main boulevard called Birger Jarlsgatan, which also has attractive buildings and high-end shops.
We decided to follow the street down towards the waterfront, where we saw even more gorgeous architecture. Then we wandered along the water and enjoyed some wonderful perspectives of Stockholm, including impressive sights like the Royal Palace and the Swedish Parliament House, before it was time to head back to Gamla Stan for dinner at Stockholm's Gästebud. We got there just in time, since this humongous queue formed just after we got in line. I guess everyone else also wanted to try some traditional Swedish home-style cooking.
After a 10-minute wait, it was our turn to head in, and we sat down at our nice little table in the corner. Tom began with a briska cider with green apple and Sauvignon Blanc flavor, and to eat, I had the butter-fried salmon with herb and truffle mayonnaise, served with potatoes tossed in dill, and Tom chose the Swedish meatballs made from beef, served with mashed potatoes, cream sauce, lingonberries, and pickled cucumber. The meatballs were huge, and they tasted fantastic. The salmon was also delectable, and was a contender for my favorite salmon dish ever. After that, we had a quick look at Stockholm, as the lights were just coming on, and then we went back to our apartment for the night.
For breakfast, we had a lovely buffet meal at the hotel's restaurant Leon Tornet. Then we went to explore some more of the city. Unfortunately, this day was pretty cloudy and rainy, so we thought it would be best to do some indoor activities and started off at the Mood Shopping Mall, which had lots of interesting looking eateries. But we got there too early and it wasn't very busy, so we walked about 5 minutes over to the Sture Gallerian shopping center, which had upmarket stores, eateries, this cool atrium in the middle, and over on the far side was this nice glassed-in patio area that was bustling.
Next, we braved the weather and headed back outside and walked for 5 minutes through the rain over to Östermal Salu Hall. Established in 1888, this food hall felt quite upscale and was a fantastic place to wander around and explore. There were so many different options to choose from. There were cheeses, an assortment of fresh fish and seafood, traditional Scandinavian open-faced sandwiches, and much more. But the food wasn't that cheap, so we decided to head somewhere else for lunch.
After our 3-minute walk, we were pretty soaked when we got to Bruno's Kortbar Esterman. It was nice, however, that they had a covered patio for us to dry off a bit. They had almost 30 different types of sausages to choose from, and it didn't take long for our lunch order to be ready.
We had a Coke Zero to drink, and I had the single Sremska pork sausage. It's a thick and medium hot sausage with pepper, garlic, and mustard seeds, served in a grilled baguette. Tom got the double currywurst pork sausage, made with finely ground bratwurst sausage seasoned with yellow curry, served with curry sauce and sauerkraut, inside a grilled baguette. The currywurst sausage was decent, although Tom did make quite the mess while taking his first bite. What a messer! We actually preferred the Sremska sausage though. Since Tom needed a shower after that, we continued walking in the rain for another 15 minutes over to the Gallerian shopping mall. It was the biggest of the malls that we went to in Stockholm and had more affordable stores, as well as cafes and some cool open seating areas. And of course, there was an IKEA too.
From there, it was a short walk over to the luxury department store NK Stockholm. Later that evening for dinner, we went to Slingerbulten, which was just around the corner from our hotel. Inside was packed, so we were lucky to get a table. Our meal started with a complimentary bread basket, and I ordered a Norrlands Guld beer to drink. For our mains, Mike got the Swedish meatballs with potato puree, cream sauce, lingonberries, and pickled cucumber. And I ordered the Baltic herring with clarified butter, lingonberries, and potato puree. The fish tasted wonderful, and the meatballs were delicious as well. We loved our meal here, and the service was amazing too.
Well, we had a phenomenal time exploring this spectacular city of Stockholm and trying some of its delicious Swedish cuisine. Even though we only had 48 hours in Stockholm, we think you can see why we love this city so much. We'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to see more of our travel and food content from all over the world. And remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.